It's gone through, he's got to go to the keeper's end. He's got it! England have won the World Cup by the barest of margins!
Best moment of my career. Very, very hard to top that. Pure elation of breaking the stumps and running around like headless chickens.
The greatest game in my eyes, 2019, to me means, you know, a hell of a lot because it's what gave us that winners medal. We played a lot of cricket together and it all built up to that one moment.
The game wasn't that good till the last probably hour and a half, and it just came to life and it was unbelievable. Stokesy was ridiculous on that day.
The best feeling I've ever experienced on the field.
You know, memories that I think you have with your friends for the rest of your life. You know, when we're finished playing, we can all look back and think, how good was that day? I mean, I hated the day itself during it, but, you know, obviously really special for us.
The World Cup being in India, cricket there is like a religion.
I think it'll be the best World Cup that's ever been won.
Glad to be wanting to, you know, leave this with that sort of legacy intact.
For me, as soon as that World Cup's done, it's done. You get to be the reigning champions and it's a nice thing to have, absolutely. But now going to the next tournament, you're not trying to defend anything. You know, it's not ours. We have no God-given right to, it's not our trophy.
We won the 2019 World Cup and going to India with an opportunity to win back-to-back World Cups.
We believe in ourselves and we believe that we can come away with a trophy again, and that would really cement this team as one of the best one-day teams ever.
We're coming into a new World Cup in the same position as everyone else going in to try and win it. I spent a lot of time with him and played a lot of cricket with him, and obviously played under his captaincy for a long time. They're very influenced by him, so there's a lot of similarities, but we have different views all the time as well. A unique, very natural leader as well. I think I have some of those traits, but some of those stuff I had to work on. Just see the game a little bit differently through a different lens. You know, I think what he's set in stone from the start, we're sort of still reaping the rewards of the style of play.
Joss is someone who's always been a great leader without having the armband on. Taken things that he valued a lot out of Owen's captaincy, but also I think what Joss has done really well is he's brought his own identity, his own personalities.
At that time, we needed to be quite extreme in that way in playing, but I think now we're probably a lot smarter. So what's been slightly added is doing things ugly if we need to. I think we just read the situations a lot better than we probably did before in 2019.
I very much feel like that pathway's been set, and just sort of continuing that and adding my own bits here and there. So, you know, I think you'll always have a blueprint of the style, and there's no secret that our style is to be aggressive and positive and push the envelope. But one thing I want to champion as well as a captain is to be adaptable, and I think you'll need that in India.
You know, Joss is his own man, and what I would say is that I think he's a great captain. You know, he creates a philosophy within the group. You just watch the way he bats, you watch the way he plays the game. You know, people follow his example. I think this team is trying to, under Joss, is trying to find that ceiling, because he's never put a limit on himself as a player, and by leading by example, he does the same for the team.
His ability to read the situation in any given moment, the way in which he just stays calm and composed under pressure, where I think a lot of other people would overwhelm them, but he's able to deal with it really, really well.
Not about a one-size-fits-all approach. That's what the best players in the world can do. They can adapt.
We might be missing a couple from the last one, but we've got new lads in.
Liam Livingstone, Sam Curran, these guys who've been around for a long time as well. There's good experience.
Really excited to be back together as a group and at the start of something that's hopefully going to be really, really special.
You just can't not have Stokes in your side. He's just that sort of player.
He gets in any team in the world. He's probably one of, if not the best cricketer England have ever had. So it was a very easy decision to bring him back in.
There's something special about Stokes. Everyone knows that. It's very unique. As long as he's there at the crease, you know you've got a great chance of winning.
sheer will to win and determination and competitive spirit rubs off on everyone else. It seems to make people around him play better and feel better. He finds those big moments. That's something that we're going to come up against in the World Cup, and who better to be in the middle than Ben Stokes. The World Cup being in India obviously gives it an advantage to India as a side. The host nations have won the previous 3 World Cups, I think, so we're certainly not favourites.
If we're going to win, we're going to have to adapt to conditions. Every ground's going to be different in India. We're going to have to lean on experience, IPL experience of the grounds.
I think India is just the fact that the noise is really loud.
Just embrace the whole Indian culture around cricket. It's mad, it's crazy, completely different to any other country that any of them would have experienced if they've not been there before.
Cricket there is, like a religion. It's, for us in England, it's probably a bit like Premier League football. So embrace that. They would just play in some great stadiums and generally really good wickets. I don't think it's hard to motivate guys to be the best they can be in an England shirt, and it doesn't last forever, and try and make the most of it when you have the opportunity.
It's a big one for any cricketer is, obviously representing your country is amazing, but then being able to go out and represent your country in a World Cup is enough.
I think it'll be the best World Cup that's ever been won. It's a great place to play and probably the best place to play, but it's not easy.
I think different stages of your career, different milestones mean different things. And this is a new thing for me, to be a captain going into a 50-over World Cup, which brings its own excitement. So I'm sure it would be absolutely amazing if it happens. We'll see. As
a player, when you finish, you want to have trophies and be part of the greatest team.
For the next lot that are going to come through, remember this team in the way that they played and the way that we went about it, and I'd love to be part of that winning legacy.
It's not just for me, it's the families and your parents and your friends and everybody who also celebrate it and love it when you do well, and joy you see on their faces that England have won the World Cup, and it's hard to describe how special it is.